This is DRF Race of the Day. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman and Mike Beer, the DRF Race of the Day for Thursday, October the 21st. Race number 7 at Keeneland. Let's throw up the field for a real nice optional claim, or two other than the condition. $62,500, the optional claiming price. We're going 7/8 of a mile on the main track, and you can download free formulator past performances on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us. Mike, I guess one of the great mysteries in racing is what happened to Dennis's Moment, who won the Iroquois Stakes as a 2-year-old, as a looking like a future star, was odds on in the 2019 Breeders' Cup Juvenile, ran last, was the favorite in the 2020 Fountain of Youth, ran last, and is still trying to find the winner's circle.
True enough. I mean, I guess I'm just not following Kentucky racing close enough this year, Dan. I was shocked when I saw this horse's names in the PPs for this race. I didn't even realize he was back. And I had actually totally forgotten about him. It'll be very interesting to see what he does here, though. And just to see if, as an older horse, maybe getting some regular racing, and if he can ever, refine that form and try to build on, what looked like a super talented horse as a young horse.
Well, let's throw up the Timeform US pace projector. He still has a bit of early speed, and he is expected to make the lead in a race that could favor horses on or near the early lead. Flapjack has speed, Sunyon has speed, but I kind of agree with Timeform US, Mike. I think this pace will be moderate, to say the least.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, there's no blazers in the race. Maybe Dennis's Moment is the fastest horse early, Dan. We'll see.
Lamartine is a horse that's dropping out of an $80,000 optional at Churchill Downs. Caught a sloppy track that day. Just really didn't fire. Ran a 94 buyer, albeit on turf 2 starts back. I'm still trying to figure out what surface is this horse's best.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, I guess you could just sort of look at his form overall and say he's probably equally good on both turf and dirt. Maybe he's one of those rare horses who can handle anything. I didn't trust him enough in here, Dan. I felt like if, a couple of these other horses to his outside showed up and ran, one of their good races, that Lamartine was going to be in big trouble in here, but maybe that won't happen.
Now, we mentioned the ugly with Dennis's Moment. Let's mention a little bit of the good, at least. After losing the Fountain of Youth, he came back. He caught Silver State. That's a real tough horse to catch off of a long layoff. Now he's going to make his third start of the form cycle, dropping out of a stake, which means he gets Lasix once again. And his race 2 starts back. His first race off a 9-month layoff puts him squarely in the hunt.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I guess he ran okay in that race. He was, sort of in behind the horse who wound up finishing third around the turn. He did, as far as I could tell, Dan. I thought he got clear with plenty of time in the stretch, and he was making up ground. That was a fine performance, as from my point of view anyway. I don't know if I would love Derby Date, the horse that won the race, or Verb, the horse that finished third. I don't know if I'd like either one of them in this spot. So I don't really know what to do with Dennis's Moment. If he's going to take money in here, I'm going to bet somebody else.
Going to those free formulator past performances, check out the trainer of the 3, Flapjack. Excellent statistics going turf to dirt. Flapjack sort of made his name briefly as a 2-year-old, winning a stakes race over synthetic at this distance. They tried dirt, and while his first couple of running lines look ugly, I think some circumstances worked against him. He was very wide, and he made an early move in the Gotham. Tried similar tactics in a hot-paced Oaklawn Stakes over a wet track. I'm willing to forgive those races. Maybe Maxfield was too tough, but he did not run in the Matt win. I like this horse on dirt. They've been running him on turf. They've been running without Lasix in one race on dirt. I'd like to give him another chance on dirt.
Yeah, me too. I was a fan of his early on. Those races that you mentioned, the Gotham and that Oaklawn race, I actually felt like he did run deceptively well in those starts. The race I don't like is the race 2 starts back. When he did get to run on dirt, he got rained off at Ellis Park going 5.5. I didn't think he ran well that day. So that concerns me a little bit. But listen, if he's going to be some kind of, big price in this race, I could definitely use him.
Sunyon's in sharp form for Brian Lynch, coming off of a game victory at Churchill Downs last time out. He has tactical speed. He draws outside the other 2 horses on the projector with speed. He can fall into a very nice trip here. He's just a little bit slow on figs.
Yeah, that's how I looked at him. I mean, I can see him getting the right trip in this race and maybe pulling off what I guess would be a little bit of an upset. I didn't think his best race made him good enough, Dan, but maybe the trips will just be that important in here and he'll get a good one.
Shoplifted was a stakes winner at 2, was very quietly multiple grade 1 placed at 3. His last race, though, is the one that worries me. He just really didn't fire. Sir Alfred James was a big fig winner of that 2 other than, came back in a stake here and did not run very well. He's kind of an in and outer Shoplifted, and again, he's looking for his first victory since he was 2.
Yeah, he just hasn't turned out to be that good. You mentioned that he's, very quietly multiple grade 1 placed. It's quiet because he just didn't even do any running in either the Woody Stevens or the Jerkins last year. Just picking up pieces and finishing a no threat third at both times in those 2 races. I don't know. To me, he's just not the kind of horse I could ever really get behind. He feels like he's always going to take a little bit of money because he has those class lines, and he's just not that good.
Both the 6 Bourbon War, the 7 Hosier will race as first-time geldings, and Bourbon War is a very interesting horse cutting back to this distance. I actually don't mind him at all as a 1-turn 7/8 of a mile horse. I thought he ran well 2 starts back, going 2 turns and a 2 other then, where he was sort of buried in behind horses, turning into the stretch, split him late and ran on. And what chance did he have last time in the Alley Dar against Art Collector?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all that stuff. He did run pretty well, I thought, 2 starts back when they stretched him out again. And listen, he didn't run well last time, but maybe that turned out to be too tough of a race. I don't mind him cutting back at all. He's got, plenty of races around 1 turn that would give him a real chance in here. And he just feels like the kind of horse who might wind up getting overlooked a little bit.
Now, Hosier, on the other hand, I'm really not sure about him cutting back. I guess the connections are still trying to experiment with a horse that was grade 2 placed earlier this year in the Rebel. But once he disappointed in that Sir Barton at a very short price, he kind of lost me, Mike. Last time out in the St. Louis Derby, tired very badly behind a solid horse, a horse that came back to run second in the Oklahoma Derby with a 92 buyer.
Right. He's just another horse in this field who just seems like he just hasn't turned out to be that good. He ran a couple of, I guess, okay races early on when Baffert had him. He really hasn't done much at all for the new trainer here. Didn't run well last time. I don't see necessarily how cutting back helps him. Maybe it will help him, damn. I don't see how it does. If nothing else, his dam, Mary Meadow, she was a good sprinter. So maybe that's what this horse has wanted all along. Maybe he's just wanted shorter distances.
Top pick time for our Thursday DRF race of the day, Bourbon War. First time gelding, cuts back in distance. He has a lot of quality back races, Mike.
Yeah, he does. I just feel like this is a good spot for him, win or lose. We'll see what happens. I didn't think he was going to take too much money, Dan. The horses that felt like they could get bet in here don't do a lot for me. I'm going to try this horse.
Same triple, different order. Flapjack, your point's well taken about his race 2 starts back. I just wonder if maybe racing without Lasix hurt him in that spot. He gets Lasix again here. He's likely going to be close to the pace. He's bound to be a price. I'll give him 1 shot. 3-2-6-4 for me, 6-3-2-5 for Mike. It's your Thursday race of the day, the 7th at Keeneland. Approximate post time 4:12 Eastern. Good luck.